millionaire stock number 2 is. It's the one way to get exposure to every level of the weed business. Imagine a table with marijuana on the top. You're probably visualizing something like this. Those are green plant buds in the picture. They're trimmed down flowers of female pot plants. Those buds have been around for millions of years. They've been smoked for as long as people have used marijuana. But smoking the plant is the old-fashioned way of consuming it, because there's an entirely new way to ingest marijuana, a better, cleaner way that doesn't involve smoking, rolling joints, or anything unhealthy, messy, or time-consuming. This new form of weed is called an extract, and an extract is exactly what it sounds like. It's processed marijuana bud, where the desired compound of the plant is isolated and produced in a concentrated, pure form. In other words, it's refined marijuana, in the same way that champagne is a refined form of grapes. Even better, when someone smokes the bud of a marijuana plant, there's no way to measure how much they're consuming. Extracts fix that issue, because they allow you to measure out a super precise dose, down to the milligram. So extracts are the safest, most modern way to consume marijuana, because they give the user total control. Plus, extracts come in many different forms. Liquid tinctures, capsules or powder, vaporizer cartridges, concentrates, oils and waxes. On top of that wide variety, these pot extracts can also be added to food and beverages. Called edibles, they come in many forms. Baked goods like brownies, cupcakes, cookies, and nutrition bars. Butter and oils, candies and chocolate, teas, soda, beer and juice, plus many others. In short, extracts make marijuana consumption safer, healthier, and far more convenient. Plus, marijuana extracts can treat 62 different health issues. Canada's Federal Health Department recently released a report for Canadian doctors. It presented peer-reviewed evidence that details 62 different therapeutic uses for marijuana, including treatment for these serious health issues: HIV and AIDS-related complications, multiple sclerosis pain, chronic neuropathy, medication-resistant pain, spinal cord injury, post-stroke treatment, Crohn's disease, and more. As you might imagine, Trump's federal legalization in the U.S. will lead to more research on medical uses of marijuana. It will unleash a green gold rush for pot-based drugs, and as more medicinal products get approved, both by the FDA and over-the-counter uses, the demand for extracts will skyrocket. Here's the best part. Extracts are up to 580% more profitable than the plant itself, with extract profit margins almost 6 times higher than margins for the plant. You can see why we're so hot on penny stocks that produce extracts. To sum up, extracts give you exposure to every level of the marijuana business. They're the critical active ingredient in every single marijuana product that's not the plant itself, from edibles to waxes, medications, oils, and vaporizer cartridges. And they're the most profitable way to sell pot to consumers. And that's why the next 3 companies in the urgent 5 marijuana stocks set to rise 500% report are extract companies. Marijuana Millionaire stock number 2 is the coming leader in marijuana beverages. Marijuana Millionaire stock number 2 is a unique company that turns raw weed plants into valuable extracts. They have a patent-protected delivery method that helps your body quickly absorb their extracts. This company recently signed a multi-year deal to provide Canopy Growth with cannabis extracts. As we just showed, Canopy was the first publicly traded marijuana company, and their shares soared 4,990%. But here's where the Canopy partnership gets interesting. Constellation Brands bought 38% of Canopy for $4 billion. Constellation is the 3rd largest beer and wine company in the world, with a $35 billion market cap. They sell world-dominating brands like Corona and Modelo beers, Mondavi wine, and Svedka vodka. And they're expanding into marijuana for one big reason: to sell cannabis-infused drinks. When marijuana gets federally legalized, they will be able to use their existing distribution network to dominate the market. In other words, anywhere you can buy a Corona, you will be able to buy weed-infused drinks. And to make that work, they'll need top-quality extracts from our little company. So this penny pot stock is the perfect sleeper play for federal legalization. Shares are on a great run, up 115% so far this year. But I expect shares to blast off after Trump federally legalizes marijuana. Marijuana Millionaire stock number 3 just partnered with an $86 billion global giant. Marijuana Millionaire stock number 3 has a similar story to the one we just covered, where they've partnered to supply extracts to an $89 billion business, except they've partnered with a huge international tobacco company. Altria makes the iconic Marlboro, Virginia Slims, and Parliament cigarette brands. But they've expanded into wine, e-cigarettes, and marijuana. Altria bought 45% of marijuana giant Cronos Group for $1.8 billion. That's where our penny pot stock comes in. This tiny extracts company recently signed a deal to sell Cronos $30 million worth of high-quality marijuana extract over the next 18 months. It could double to $60 million in the next 2 years. And thanks to their ownership of Cronos, Altria is perfectly situated to sell marijuana, e-weed cartridges, and other pot extracts products once Trump federally legalizes. And this is a huge catalyst for this penny pot extracts company, because through Altria, they'll instantly have a global market to sell their extracts. As an added benefit, Altria owns 10% of Anheuser-Busch. So our tiny company will provide extracts for their eventual weed-infused beer lines. The stock is on a great run this year, up 150%. But once weed is federally legalized, this penny pot stock should go ballistic. Marijuana Millionaire stock number 4 just boosted profits by 566%. The next penny stock in your 5 marijuana stocks set to rise 500% report is the biggest extracts company in Canada, so they've got a big head start. The stock's up 205% so far this year, but there's plenty of room to run, because they had record revenue and profits in the first quarter of this year. But the second quarter blew that record quarter away, with revenue blasting up 296% and profits shooting up 566%. The company already has partnerships with 5 dominant marijuana companies. Demand is so high for their extracts that they recently grew their capacity to a whopping 425,000 kilograms of weed, and they'll more than double in the next year, expanding to 1 million kilograms. They even teamed up with Thermo Fisher Scientific, a $115 billion biotech and lab equipment company, to make the Center of Excellence in Plant-Based Science. In short, this dominant company is perfectly situated to meet the huge surge in demand in extracts after Trump federally legalizes weed. The 5th and final stock in 5 marijuana stocks set to rise 500% is the world leader in selling the most important marijuana extract. Marijuana Millionaire stock number 5. This CBD miracle heals child epilepsy. CBD is probably the most well-known marijuana extract because it has so many health benefits. Consider Charlotte's story. When Charlotte celebrated her 5th birthday, she had lost the ability to walk, talk, and even eat. Suffering from terrible epilepsy, she had 300 painful seizures a week. Her heart stopped a few times and she had constant emergency room stays. Then, her parents found the most powerful medicinal marijuana extract, CBD. CBD is a compound in the marijuana plant that doesn't make you high. Luckily, Charlotte lives in Colorado where it's fully legal. So they treated Charlotte's seizures with CBD. The frequency of her seizures went down by more than 99%. Now, Charlotte's walking, talking, and eating again. She's even riding her bike. The company that makes Charlotte's CBD is our 5th Marijuana Millionaire stock. In part due to Charlotte's inspiring story, they've become the dominant player in CBD market share. The CBD business is growing at warp speed. It's up 706% from 2018 to 2019, and it's set to grow another 474% over the next 4 years. The company recently secured a distribution deal with the largest supermarket chain in America. Their CBD products will roll out in 1,350 grocery stores. That distribution deal brings the total number of retail locations where you can buy their products to 8,000. They've doubled the size of their retail network since the start of this year, so you can only imagine how much their business will grow once Trump federally legalizes weed, as early as a few weeks from now. I want to send you 5 marijuana stocks set to rise 500% right now. This urgent report can be yours free.